Someone once said everyone sees the world in a different way, so when someone dies, it is in a way the death of an entire world. So, Reddit. What unique world will die with you?
About 5 worlds will die with me cause I have 4 dogs. Bold of you to assume that I ever will die.
The amount of original stories I made up out of boredom. Some of which I haven't finished as I can't find the proper ending.
My world won't die because I've written it down.
Where people want to know what the plant of an eggplant is.
Winston Churchill famously said you can always count on Americans to do the right thing after they've tried everything else. What are some good examples that prove or disprove this quote's accuracy?
Florida man's stories can prove and disprove this. Why does this sound like someone's homework assignment? Edit, would love to see one of those YouTube channels make a video about this thread with the robot voice, and the incredibly long answers.
The Voting Rights Act.
There is nothing more odd than teaching American history to non-American students. Tuesday, Declaration of Independence, all men are created equal. Wednesday, slavery.
Not a great example but another great quote by Otto von Bismarck. God has a special providence for fools, drunkards, and the United States of America.
Employees of Build-A-Bear. What is the weirdest thing a customer has requested?
My girlfriend and her grad school friends made a bear called Catastrophe Bear and he said everything is awful.
Who are some of the most badass people in history?
Christopher Lee, the actor behind Count Dooku, Saruman and many others, was a certified badass, spy and Nazi killer in World War II. Had a couple heavy metal albums as well.
To the people who have keyboard clicking sounds on their phone, what's your reasoning for not turning it off?
I have a shitty phone. Sometimes I type too fast and it causes the phone to stall. When I'm typing and suddenly vibrations stop, I know that I need to pause so that it can process the input I've given it. I hate those as sons of bitches.
I normally just keep the phone on silent so it doesn't matter. Also in GL it's kinda satisfying, so when I turn off silent it's just a fun bonus. I like constant background noise. I only have it on when alone or using earphones. It relaxes me.
I don't know how to turn it off, and I hate it. I'm on an iPhone 6, yes sick it's old but it does the job. Can you tell me how to turn it off?
Serious, people who have a mental health disorder, what's something you want to tell those who don't?
Depression isn't sadness. If I had to describe it, it's like a constant feeling of despair, exhaustion, and lack of fulfillment. Suicide is not an option people want, but it's an option people will take because it is an option.
I don't take antidepressants to be happy, I take them to not want to kill myself.
Sometimes it takes a lot of energy to do little things. Just because I'm not feeling up to it today doesn't mean I'm lazy or unambitious or whatnot. Sometimes, I'm just drained mentally and emotionally. Anxiety here, I don't get to choose what I am anxious about.
What if, after you die, Satan asks you how was heaven?
Laugh at him. Heaven? My bloody ass.
I think Satan was a redditor.
You answer hell.
What if the greatest trick the devil ever pulled off was convincing the world that he is God?
Well, now this is disturbing.
Redditors who were poor as kids, what things were normal to you when you were poor growing up?
Not wearing shoes in the summer. You got shoes for school, they lasted until the end of the school year. Then you went barefoot. It's not as bad as it sounds because we lived in the country. Also your feet get calloused pretty fast.
I got my first summer job when I was 12 or so, and anytime I managed to build up a nice chunk of change my mom would borrow the money. She always paid it back, I think, but it wasn't an option. She just took it when needed.
Blankets on the windows to keep the heat in.
Everything was homemade. Oatmeal is cheaper than cereal. Lots of beans and rice. No AC.
Very, very, very watery shampoo. It was diluted down to stretch the number of washes. We had a separate bottle for it, 1 squirt of shampoo, then basically fill the bottle with water.
Hiding any nice present you got from wealthier family members because people would bitch about you having it if they ever saw you using food stamps.
Serious, people who killed in self-defense, what's your story? You know have 10 horsepower every time you wake up, but all damage you receive is now 1, regardless if it is a paper cut, a bullet, or a nuke. How would your life change?
Skydiving would be a safe sport. Knitting would be extreme.
If I take too many sleeping pills, do I lose HP or do I wake up with full HP? I'd be at 0 horsepower by the time I make it downstairs and have coffee.
If I have 10 horsepower every time I wake up, am I allowed to just nap more and be slightly more invincible?
I'd forget that the HP is a thing and accidentally kill one of my friends while we're messing around. 24 hours with 1 horsepower. You won't expect what happens. Would be viral.